Ways to live to 100. According to new studies, a third of babies born last year will live to be 100. Do you wish you could live to 100? Health experts say that if you follow some of their top tips, you'll add years to your life. 1. Eat red foods. When you eat red foods, you are healthier, doctors say. Red foods look striking, taste good, and have many health benefits. For example, a red pepper contains more vitamin C than an orange, and a beetroot is full of nitrates which relax blood vessels. Juicy tomatoes are bursting with an antioxidant which reduces the risk of cancer and heart disease. So if you're going shopping today, stock up on red goodies. 2. Breathe through a straw. Do you ever wish you were under less stress? If you can find just a few moments to take 3 or 4 deep breaths, you'll feel calmer in an instant. Surprisingly, this is even better when you breathe through a straw. If you practice this simple exercise every day, you'll really expand your lung capacity. You'll also slow down your heart rate and lower your blood pressure. 3. Say cheese. Smiling is something we do naturally to share our happiness with others, but it turns out that it's really good for you. Just the act of smiling sends a message to your brain that you're happy, and the body then releases beneficial endorphins. These help to reduce stress, boost the immune system, and even slow down the aging process. The wider the smile, the better. So keep smiling. 4. Chew food 20 times. Have you ever had awful indigestion? Well, maybe if you hadn't gobbled down your food so quickly, you wouldn't have. Chewing your food properly is important because enzymes in saliva begin the digestion process in your mouth. This makes it easier for your body to absorb nutrients from the food. It can even promote weight loss because people who chew for longer usually eat less. Keeping a healthy weight can help you to avoid serious diseases such as heart disease and diabetes. So next time you eat, slow down. 5. Tell the truth. Have you ever told a lie and felt really stressed out afterwards? You immediately wish that you had told the truth, right? Telling a lie can increase your heart rate, slow down your digestion, and cause tension in your muscles and nerves. In a recent health study, Australian researchers found that when volunteers stopped telling lies, their health improved in just 10 weeks. So if I were you, I'd stick to telling the truth for a happier, healthier, and longer life.
I think we should have a low-fat diet with plenty of fruit and vegetables. We should take regular exercise like walking. We should avoid bad habits like staying up late, drinking alcohol, and smoking. Then we will live longer. We should eat fruit and vegetables.
How to live to 100.
So what does it all mean to have 7 billion people on the planet? Just back in the 1960s, there were only 3 billion. What does that say about the rest of us or mean for the rest of us? Well, we recently met a pair of twins who hit the landmark age of 100, and we want them to share their secrets.
My name is Inez,
My name is Denise.
and we're twin sisters. I was born January 15th, 1911. My sister was born 15 minutes later.
I'm the baby of the family.
She's always bragged about it.
I enjoyed every bit. We have been inseparable our whole lives.
We were always very close and had the same friends. A lot of them couldn't tell us apart.
My first husband passed away in 1961. I remarried a man that was a few years younger than I was.
Don't play that one.
Watch out for your mom. She's a shark.
Bonnie is my only daughter. I have 4 grandchildren and 4 great-grandchildren.
I've been married 3 times. Both my boys each have 3 girls. And I have 18 great-grandchildren. A lot of people don't believe that we're 100 years old because we're very active. I go to an exercise class once a week. We do this and up and down.
Keeping your mind active and being with friends and being happy. I think it's a very important part of your life.
Well, we are very blessed to have Inez and Denise here with us. Thank you, ladies, for joining us. Well, you have some secrets, and I hear you think diet played a big role.
I think living a good, healthy life and diet has a little bit to do with it, but I think your mind and controlling your ideas and everything has a lot to do with your living, and your home family conditions make a difference too. We've always been very close.
And you have a companion for life next to you.
We've never had any, I can never remember of us ever having any fight that was amounted to anything.
That is amazing.
It really is. I have to say, I was reading your story last night, and you guys were talking about how sleep is so important to you, and exercise. You've always been active, even when you were young, and how you learned to cook during the Great Depression and make food healthy for next to nothing. And you are the living, breathing example of everything that we talk about. And you're just in incredible shape at 100 years old. Do you have anything in particular, Denise, that you think is the secret to being vital?
We just lived a happy life. We were raised on a citrus ranch most of our life, and I think that is part of the reason that we have stayed so healthy.
I think having a positive attitude has a lot to do with your health and your whole life, your happiness and everything you do.
We cannot thank you enough for sharing your story with us.
I do believe the twin sisters, Inez and Venice, are both 100 years old because of their lifestyles. They grew up on a citrus ranch, which meant they had fresh fruit and fresh air growing up. They both said that they exercise. I believe this has helped them remain active to this age. However, the most important factor for these sisters seems to be their happiness. They have lived happy lives, so I think this is their main secret to living so long.
I eat lots of red foods, especially red peppers and tomatoes. I also chew my food properly, and I try to always tell the truth.
I know about the health benefits of red foods. I also knew it is important for good health to breathe slowly and deeply. I learnt that smiling is good for us and that chewing food properly helps us avoid indigestion. I also learnt that telling lies is bad for our health.
Having a hobby reduces stress and boosts self-esteem and creativity. Having a hobby helps us relax. Also, if we sleep more, our cells can regenerate and our bodies can repair any minor damage. It also boosts our immune system, which is good for our health. Taking regular holidays also helps us to de-stress, lower our blood pressure, and avoid a heart attack.
How to live longer.
My name is Matt Piper. I work here at the Institute of Healthy Aging. We work on yeast, worms and flies, and we try to discover any genetic or environmental manipulation that extends their healthy lifespan. And the point is, of course, that we don't want to learn how to extend the lifespan really of yeast, worms and flies. We want to understand how to extend the healthy lifespan of humans. And that really differentiates the research we do from any other type of biomedical research, like cancer research or arthritis or diabetes research. We think those things are actually symptoms of one common cause, and that's aging itself. So if we can treat aging, we can actually treat all the diseases of aging simultaneously. What you'll be able to see is that we have very old flies in one of these vials, and they sort of, like old people, they fall over and stumble around a bit, whereas the younger flies are much more active. They jump up and they climb up the sides of the vials. And I think this is a real demonstration that even though these organisms are sort of foreign to most people, is that you can actually really see that they get old and that they age, and so they're useful for our aging research. Approximately 70 years ago, it was discovered that if you feed a rat about 60% of what it would eat by choice when given free access to food, it lives for about 30–40% longer. And this turns out to be relevant for almost every model organism that it's been looked at. My particular interest is what it is about the food that's critical for that effect. And what we've found is that if you uncouple all of the parts of nutrition that go into a fly's diet, is that it's the amino acid, the protein component of the diet, which is critically important for determining the lifespan of the animal. So if you give an animal a very unbalanced diet, either having a lot of protein or a very small amount of protein, they don't live very long and don't do very well. But if you can get that balance just right, they live longer and they're healthier for longer. So we're now interested in what it is about the protein that's critical for that effect. So if we can understand that, then we can intervene in that molecular process and hopefully benefit healthy aging without affecting the diet too dramatically. There's a logical reason for why this may also be relevant for humans. There are some diets that are very imbalanced towards a lot of protein in the diet, for instance, and there's famous weight loss diets like the Atkins diet. Our evidence, at least in the flies and the mice, would suggest that if one continues with one of these protein imbalanced diets for a long time, that lifespan is very compromised. There's a very short lifespan in the end. Now, of course, that's not been shown in humans, but I wouldn't be rushing out and adopting one of those diets long term.